Good afternoon. You're watching Thanks TV's live broadcast, and we are at the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center attending the Tanfi program. With me is the leader of the Labour Labs, Shaswar Al-Balushi. Hello, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be with you.
Right, so firstly I'd like to congratulate you for this great initiative. I mean, it's a huge initiative by and we are very hopeful to see a lot of changes in the coming years.
Actually, the congratulation goes to everybody that participated in the Tanfiz,
Right.
whether they are the Tanfiz management or the private sector or the civil societies or the educational institutions. Everybody that participated is the effort of their work for the last 6 weeks that we've part of. Yeah.
Right.
So it is.
You're also the CEO of the Omani Society of Contractors.
That is correct. Yes.
So what exactly is that?
We represent the construction sector, contracting construction sector in the country. We try to address their challenges, whether they are organization-based or work employment-based or payment-based or whatever challenges that there is within the sector. We try to address that in order to regulate the sector and create a more level playing field within the companies in the sector.
Right. So I'm sure in the last 6 weeks you've gone through a lot of labor market changes that you. So I would like to ask you if the changes are applicable for all the employees, including expats?
Some of the changes will also affect the expats as well. What we're looking at is not just the Omanization aspects. We're looking at the labor market as a whole. That means we're looking at the human capital.
Right.
We want to have a productive, effective, capable human capital. And move away from these ideas of numbers. Okay.
And yes, I would also like you something that every expat in Oman really wants to know. It's about the NOC.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you were expecting the question.
Yes,
but,
I've been asked so many times.
Yeah, so we haven't really received an answer yet regarding the NOC, but then we are aware that there are plans to scrap it. There are talks about it. But why is it taking so long?
Well, let's take a look at the NOC. What is the NOC is trying to protect? As a company, I bring an expatriate to work for me against a contract of, let's say, 2 years. Okay? If the expatriates, he came into the country to serve a specific purpose, and during the 2 years, before the 2 years expires, he wants to jump ship. Okay? This is unfair for the company.
Right.
He had done the search, the headhunting, the cost of bringing him. He paid for the visas, he paid for everything to bring this particular person to work
What if
here.
they are asked to move, asked to leave without
Okay,
completion of the term?
so if the company is the one that is asking this particular expatriate to leave, okay, then what I believe automatically the expatriate should be allowed to search for other opportunities, okay, and to join another company, right, without having to take an NOC from me, okay. If I have completed my 2-year program, okay, and as a company I was not able to make you an offer that makes sense to you and you got a better offer from somebody, I have fulfilled my contract.
Right.
Then I should be allowed to join any other institution in Oman for that purpose. If you leave me before the contract is terminated at your own wish, then the NOC has to apply.
Right.
If you leave me in the middle, you didn't leave the country, but you leave me in the middle and you want to join another company, then the NOC would apply. And I think that would be a fairer, because we cover all the elements of the NOC. Right now the NOC is saying purely, regardless of what the situation is, you have to get the NOC from the company. So we need to look, I think the NOC is an ROP issue. I think the ROP needs to look at that in more detail. They need to study the different circumstances. They need to address them and become clearer about what is the situation here for this particular issue of NOC.
But are there plans to scrap it?
I think scrapping it also is unfair for the companies.
So it's not going to be scrapped completely.
Yeah, I think.
But there are going to be changes.
I think let's make a change. Let's look at what is fair for both parties, and make it flexible.
Right.
It is there to protect companies. It is there to protect the employee. We should look at it that way. We should not gauge it towards one side only.
How exactly is it protecting the employees though?
Well, there is a contractual obligation we have between the two parties. Like I said, we need to look at it as a business relationship. As an employee, if you have completed your 2-year program, okay, with the company,
Right.
then you have a choice. You're a free person. you can decide to leave and go work somewhere else outside Oman.
Without the NOC.
Yeah, you don't need NOC. And there is no restriction of 2 years of coming back. So that's a benefit for the employee.
Right.
Or you can say, okay, I don't want to go outside Oman. I want to look for another job here. And you start looking for a job. You got a job. You tell your new employer, my contract finishes in December 31st. He says, okay, I'll wait for the contract to finish. Then again, you don't need an NOC. Okay, that's advantage to the employee. The third advantage to the employee, if the employer fires you in the middle of your contract and leaves you at large, then you have an option to look for another job here without the NOC.
Right.
Okay? So if, as far as the companies are concerned, all right, it depends. Now it will come up to the contractual agreement that they have, employer-employee contractual agreement with the confidentiality of work, etc., and all that elements. This is a contractual relationship, and which they have to agree between the employer and employee. Okay, but I think if we do a balanced equation, the NOC would also move away from being a challenge to being something that is balanced on both parties. Okay, so it's not a question, because if we scrap, again, we go back to why it was scrapped before, and then we brought it back again.
Right.
So it didn't help the scrapping. So that's not the solution. The solution is finding something in between.
All right. So the solution, you say, is finding something in between, is it?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For your valuable time and
Thank
valuable
you.
insights. We've learned a lot today.
Thank you.
And yes, congratulations and all the very best for the Tanfeed program. It comes as a ray of hope for all of us, especially during these tough times. And thank you for watching Times TV's live broadcast.
If I can add one thing,
Sure.
I would like people who haven't visited the exhibition. It's on today from 9 to 9, and it's also tomorrow.
All right.
Please do come. We value your views. We want you to add value. We want to listen from you. We want to make sure that you understand how we are moving forward, and tell us if we are moving forward in the right direction.
Right.
It's very important.
Absolutely. So
Thank
you
you.
heard him from 9 to 9 today and tomorrow. Come to the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center and keep watching Times TV for regular news updates.